Welcome to another video, A Walk with Phil, and today I'm in Oldbury. And the reason I'm in Oldbury town today is because I've come to the market. I've heard that Oldbury's got a little bit of a market going on. It's just news to me, so I thought I'd go and check it out. Apparently the market's there every day, from Monday to Saturday. Now I'm here on a Saturday afternoon, so you'd expect there to be a little bit of interest in the market today. Because Saturday, of course, is traditionally a very busy shopping day, so that's what I'm going to do. Also, we'll have a look around the area of Oldbury shops on our way to the market and see what we can see. So today I'm in Oldbury. And this is Church Street, and just over the road there is another a building that's shrouded in scaffolding. Always seems to be covered in scaffolding. It's called the Big House, and it's been there since the 1700s. And it's had large refurbishment in 2001. It's the oldest house in Oldbury, and it's having some more refurbishment, it seems. And just on the corner really is Wesley Street. So called because just here to my left we've got the Wesley Chapel that's been here since 1853, and just ahead there, look, we've got Subway. Used to occupy an old bank in Oldbury a few years ago, but they've moved to these newer premises now. Next to that we've got a chip shop, and there's the administrative centre for Sandwell, Oldbury Council House. A huge sprawling building now, I believe, also holds the library. The library's been moved a couple of times. It used to be here at the Court of Requests, but it was an old magistrates' court when it was first built. There is a plaque on the wall to give you a bit of history of this building here. It's now Wetherspoon's pub, called the Court of Requests. But on the plaque it does say that it was erected in 1816. It became a police station in 1904, and then the building became a library in 1977 before Wetherspoons moved here in 2011. Well, the reason I'm here, it's because it's market day in Oldbury, and it's always market day in Oldbury apparently. And yes, so I'm going to find out where the market is and see how busy it is on a Saturday afternoon, because Saturday afternoon is always a busy day for shopping. So let's get down here, because it's down here, isn't it? Because this street's called Market Street, in between the Court of Requests and the pub here called the Wagon and Horses, a very old pub. Another building currently with a load of scaffolding on it. Looks like there's going to be some remedial work done on this building. Just show you here, look, covered in poles. But Market Street now comes along here, and you can see the large magistrates' court and police station that it used to be. And they always say there's still the cells are still in there where they used to arrest people and put them in the cells. But I don't know. It's kind of an access road just here, and it leads on the back of the job centre. And just here, back in the day, there'd be an evangelical church just along there in front of me. And as we cross into this car park, there would be another engineering factory just on the corner of that car park ahead. And if we just look over here to the right, this was a much larger engineering works was on this site, was where they would manufacture screws and such like. So it was all industrial really on this particular car park, but you wouldn't think it, because there's not one single reminder of any industrial past at all on this car park. And equally so, if you look ahead, we've got this Oldbury Health Centre. This is the surgery now, and of course, well, what shall I say, it's absolutely rammed every single day, except today it seems, Saturday afternoon perhaps I'm not sure if they have many appointments on a Saturday afternoon, but you can see the car park is empty, which is quite a rarity. You will hardly find a space on there. And if you ever go in the waiting room in there, it's absolutely packed in OLDBURY Health Centre. There's a school just over there. Name of the school escapes me. But this is Albert Street now. So far I haven't seen the market. Yeah, you can see, look here. This was where there's a big factory, just there. I'm not sure what this building is here. I don't know if it's used. It's got a car park at the rear, look. But you can see it says it's working with community to provide employment and skills and health and well-being, youth inclusion, etc. But when I look at it, it looks like a toilet block. No, not sure what that is. The OLDBURY Health Centre. It's almost the size of a small hospital, and there's the pharmacy just there. Now, just here on the corner of Unity Place, there was the main post office here, look. You can see how far it goes back, look. Right over there. And now it's the C.H. White Pharmacy. I think they was further up the top of the town, up Birmingham Street. I think there was up there somewhere, wasn't they, C.H. White, before it became a cafe. But this was the main post office. And this used to be a surgery, I believe, this building here. But funny enough, there was a couple of houses. One here and one next to it, a couple of terrace properties. But you wouldn't know that was there. Gone a long time ago now, I imagine. But now what's this place now? It looks like a cafe now, doesn't it? It has been a pizza place in the past. This is Unity Place. Rather large built structure here on the corner as well. You'd think it was a kind of a hotel, but all I know it is as a shop. Currently it's the Birmingham Street Academy for medical laser skin aesthetics training. You'll see plenty of those. This used to be the Barclays Bank, but when the COVID came along, it closed up and never reopened. It's to let for sale. It has been now for about 5 years now. Silks the solicitors was always along here. They've moved now. They've been here years, you know, Silks. And they've moved to Broadwell Road now. Now, just under here where I'm standing, well, before I do that, if you look over here, just in this middle block of all these new buildings now, that used to be the Savoy Cinema, a long gone Savoy Cinema. Wonder how many remember that. But just as I'm standing here, you can see the road rises to a hill just about here, and this is because we're crossing the canal. The canal would run under this roadway here, and it would flow under this building. And if we go down some steps down here, it was called Bustle Bridge where the canal ran, but if I come down some steps here, might give you some idea of where the canal used to run. OLDBURY was all canals. It was the Birmingham Old Line Canal back in its day. Would supply a lot of engineering companies along its way. And here we are, look, see, the back of these new apartment blocks, the canal, it's all filled in. You might find the odd trace of it. If you saw my video about ugly building estates now in OLDBURY, you check that one out, you'll see where this particular canal would have run. But you can see there's along this road and more or less straight on through those trees there, that's where the canal would have run. Let's go back up here because we're looking for the market, aren't we? So far I haven't seen it. I came up Market Street. We're in April It's a Saturday afternoon. That's where I've just come from, look, Unity Place. And Christchurch has been there since 1840. Looks like the tower's needing some repair work. Called Christchurch. There was a period where the church wasn't being used. There's talk of bulldozing it like everything else that was going on in Albury. But they got together to refurbish the place, turn some of the building into some offices. And now it's called it's Kingdom Olic Chapel, House of Prayer for All Nations. Look, if you're going to have a sign on a building, you know, put it back up if it falls down. But there is a notice board just here that says it's the Kingdom Life Apostolic Chapel, House of Prayer for All Nations. And we've got the times on the board. Anyway, if you look over here, this is the junction. There was some signage just underneath that window at the top, but it's in a real poor state of repair. Next to it there's a shop, and they've got some scaffolding outside that one. That looks like they're doing something with the roof. I'm not sure that's it's related to the junction pub. You can sit out here when it's a nice day. And in one of my previous videos I mentioned this place here in front of me. This was the first branch of Lloyd's Bank, opened in 1864, and it was there till around 2006 I think, when it closed them. There's nothing on there to suggest it was a bank. Equally so the one next door as well, look, you can see with the red door. That was the rival to this one called the Midland Bank. So there's two banks next to one another, and if I pan over just here to Church Square corner, you can see yet another bank. It's the TSB. And I mentioned Subway earlier on, but that's where Subway used to be, in the old Lloyd's Bank building. But you can imagine it's going to be turned into apartments, can't you, eventually? Just want to quickly show you something just outside the Co-op Funeral Care shop. Just there, there's an iron cover, and if you look at it carefully, it reads patent number 1689, air raid shelter manhole, Dudley and Dowell, Crady Heath staffs. So, air raid shelter manhole. There's some all along this particular block here. Was all the old buildings have survived. The Lloyd's Bank building is a grade 2 listed. And if we just pan over this side of Birmingham Street, you can see again some very old 3-storey buildings there as well. And all the way down Birmingham Street down there to the right as well. This place here used to be the old Bull's Head. It's now an estate agent. I'm not sure when this building actually closed. I'm sure it was in the early 2000s. It was still being used as a pub. But anyway, we can see this bit here, look. It says, look at this here, Marketplace 1990. So that's where it is then, it's the Marketplace. Let's go and check it out. In between this whole Co-op building here and what was once the old Bull's Head pub here. Let's go through. And you know what I'm going to say, don't you? There ain't a market here, is there? No, I knew there wasn't a market here. But there should be a market here. We've just come down Market Street. We've just come through the entranceway here to Marketplace 1990. But as when I passed here earlier on across the top there, I was talking here about all the engineering works that was on this car park. But yes, indeed, it said the Marketplace was once here, beyond this wall. Here there was market stalls running along that side of the wall there, and running in the middle of this road here, and well, along here also. Now, does anybody remember the marketplace being here? I mean, to look at it now, there's no way on earth I can even picture it being there'd been a marketplace here. But indeed, it was once the marketplace for Oldbury. Birmingham Street, it says, as you're leaving it.
I thought you might be at work.
And on the other side it says Marketplace 1990. But it is no marketplace. Anyway, we come out of here then, let's go back and see where we can find this marketplace in Oldbury as we pass the old Bull's Head. Have a look at some of the old shops just over this side of the road. The old buildings. That John's Fish and Chips shop's been there since, well, I remember it being there the last 25 years, but so it's obviously been there longer than that. There's a beauty salon, an opticians, and Robinson's Bakery. That used to be a clothes store, that one. I can't remember its name with all the shutters down, but that was there for quite some time as well, but they no longer trade in clothing. You can see the building is now for sale, and with Robinson's Bakery. But it's not the real Robinson's Bakery, the original. People bought the name. They've got a couple of shops, one in Hilltop and one here. Just show you here on the corner. It's all all modern and contemporary buildings now, housing the Job Centre Plus. And this is now the post office. Just here there used to be the old Talbot public house, and it was there from 1850 to 1960, and then finally, eventually in 1980, it was demolished. And next to that building, just around here, would have been George Mason's, another famous convenience stores up and all around the Black Country. There's the War Memorial, and there's some old public buildings just on the corner, and they've all been joined on to the new, well, it was the Saver Centre when it was first opened. It's now simply called Sainsbury's. Now, this newsagent's on the corner. You used to see a lot of this, didn't you, at one time? All these people who put little cards on the windows to flog their wares. A lot of advertisement stuff on now, though. It's just not the same, is it? So let's have a look, see if we can see anything for sale. Netherton large dog cage for £45. We got what's this one? We got a grey and white Nordic standing Santa Claus, new condition, a tenner. We got starting a paint and decorator there, looking for work. A retired English gent looking for a lady friend to spend an hour a week with. I will give you £50 for your time. Please call and leave your details. I wonder how many takers he's had for that one. 2-bedroom flat just above there, look, for let in the Oldbury area. It's all advertising flats now, isn't it? Not many cards on there now where they want to sell their wares. Used to be about 10 pence to put a card on. I bet it's about 20 quid now. Anyway, let's cross here. Just want to show you something over here in historical Oldbury. Well, Oldbury is full of history. I'm only just touching the surface around here. Always lots of pubs. There was always a lot of pubs up Church Street. Right, as we just make our way just over here on the pedestrianised area of Frith Street, just to show you down here where again we would have had a few shops along here, and just down the bottom end where the white car, as you can see, there was an entertainment palace down there. It was called the Palace Cinema, which had been there since 1910, before it ceased showing films in the 60s. I think it disappeared. I think it was demolished in the 70s. I can't remember 100%. Just along here, there used to be a pub called the Albion Inn. The Albion Inn had been here since, well, it was built in 1850 and it was here in 1983 before it was demolished. And as I just leave Frith Street, you can just make out a shop just on the corner there. That was Nash's the Ironmongers, that white building, and now I think it's a veterinary surgeon now. Yeah, I believe it's that's what it is. But yeah, I think it used to be an Ironmongers right up until into the 1980s. Just like to show you something else here, because just there where this is where all the buses terminate now. Just the first bus shelter there, that's where the Talbot Hotel once stood. It was an old coaching inn that had been there since 1825 and was demolished in 1969. And the thing about this building now, this Saver Centre, we did have some fine old roads round here. It took out Tabernacle Street, there was Talbot Street, there was churches, schools. Yeah, they all got demolished. Hunt Street was another one of those streets that was demolished. Now it's just around about here now where the Talbot. I'll just try and get a better idea for you. If we can say this is where the Talbot Hotel once stood, just here on this, opposite this, what used to be the library. The road then, Talbot Street, I think it was called, would run parallel here and go through the shop there. Just around about here where that Red Market store was, all just beyond there was the bus station. But now this is where the bus station now stands. Just a quick whiz round what consists of the Oldbury Market then, which, as I said, looks a bit like a car boot sale. We've got shoes, got some bags hanging up on the tree. Some phone holders, wallets, purses.
Okay, thank you.
Belts. And what's it got in this one? Let's go and check this one out. Got some more bags there hanging on the tree. This one sells CDs, DVDs. Not doing too good, is he? There's nobody in there. Saturday afternoon, you know, it's a very busy day for shopping. It's a small white van here. I don't know what he's doing. I think this one's a key cutting. Let's have a look, see what he's got in the back. Yeah, looks like he does key cutting in there. This is, they sell sweets in jars here. But this one has been in Oldbury Market for quite some time, this one. The familiar red tarpaulin. Jars and jars of sweets. And handbags as well. So there you go. So there's your sum total of Oldbury Market. Not much there to see. Not much there to buy, unless of course you want a quarter of mint humbugs. There was just simply, what, 4 stalls on there? One of them was cutting keys. Very disappointing. But what happened to the original marketplace up down Market Street? Now, I don't remember that ever being a marketplace. It must have been, it's signposted as such, but all the area of where the markets used to be completely unrecognisable now, so it would be impossible to have the market put back up in that particular area. And also of interest really, we always lament the passing of some fantastic buildings that Oldbury once used to have in the town, and of course very difficult now to process as to where they all exactly were. Because now the Sainsbury's supermarket took out a hell of a lot of streets and fine heritage buildings when they were constructing it. All we've got now is a few old black and white photographs to remind those who once remembered when Oldbury was a much better town centre. Anyway, we'll leave it to that, and if you like the video, hit the like button and also hit subscribe and hit the notification bell for new videos, and I'll see you on the next one.